morning, Generals, and welcome back to another great episode of Hqtv, Shafter High School's news source. My name's Isaac Correa.
And I'm Natalie Olvera. And today is September 10th, and here's what's going on in our general community.
Before we start off the show, let's take it off to Mr. Shipley.
Sexual harassment.
All right. Hey, thanks, Maddie. I appreciate it. And good morning, Hqtv News. Good morning, Generals. And we just got a brief presentation for you. As many of you are aware, some of the activities that's been happening now at lunchtime with some awareness and campaigns, and a lot of that we strategically kind of do throughout the year, honoring your time, but also to make sure that we get that information to you as soon as we can. So this morning, we're going to take a little bit of time. We're going to go through sexual harassment, sexual awareness, sexual abuse, really just kind of go through a lot of the laws, your rights. We need to get this information to you. So it'll be both myself kind of going through some slides and presentations, and then also Mrs. Hatton, our Assistant Principal of Instruction, and also Mrs. LeBrands, our Assistant Principal of Administration. So you may hear my voice, you might also hear their voices. We're all kind of just jointly presenting it. So with that, you guys have a super general day, and here we go. A little bit of background. There's two types. There's California Ed Code 220 and also board policy within Current High. And basically, most of it, as you can see on your screen, that no person shall be subjected to or discrimination of disability, gender, gender identity, gender expression, nationality, race, ethnicity, religion, sexual orientation, including immigration status, in any program or activity conducted by the educational institution. And you can see the rest there of how it's funded and how it's supported. This language is also mimicked in the same part of administrative regulations and board policy, also the same governing protocol that we operate with Current High and a lot of their doctrines. So as an overview, you'll see here the behavior that may be discrimination. For example, not allowing somebody to participate in an activity because of their race, ethnicity, or sexual orientation. Making mean comments or jokes regarding someone else because of race, ethnicity, or sexual orientation. Or social media posts that are derogatory because someone's race, ethnicity, or sexual orientation. Other examples include those blocking someone's entry to a bathroom, making fun of someone because of participation in an activity, or revealing somebody's or someone's transgender status without that consent of that individual. In addition, it goes further into any type of physical assault that is directly to what is considered a protected class, or it being gender specific, gender identity, or how they express themselves. Other examples could be that of segregation from an activity because of the race, ethnicity, or sexual orientation, excluding a student from participating in activities or a behavior or an appearance that's consistent with their chosen gender identity, and some would consider that it doesn't conform to, quote, stereotypical notions of masculinity or femininity as applicable. Threats, verbal abuse, derogatory comments, any types of jokes, again, even including social media that is derogatory, such as posters or notes or stories or memes or cartoons that can be seen or deemed offensive. Also, refusing to address a student by a name that or pronoun that is consistent with his or her gender identity, taunting them because of what they favor, or more typically of a student of another sex, and of course, revealing a student's transgender status if you do not have a legitimate need for the information without the student's consent. And of course, the use of any type thereof of gender-specific slurs.
No one is allowed to harass, intimidate, or bully you because of any of the following listed on this bulleted list. These are all considered protected classes from discrimination. Bullying harms everyone. Bullying is an unwanted, aggressive behavior that involves a real or perceived imbalance of power between individuals with the intent to cause emotional or physical harm. Students who are targets of bullying behavior and those who exhibit bullying behavior towards others may suffer serious lasting consequences. Bullying is a deliberate act, an imbalance of power, and repetition. Bullying behaviors that occur more than one time or have the potential to happen more than once. Some examples of bullying: physical bullying, hitting, kicking, pinching, spitting, or any of the others. Verbal bullying, saying or writing hurtful things. Social relational bullying, harming a person's reputation or relationship. And cyberbullying, sending demeaning or hateful text messages or emails.
Sex and gender discrimination and the law. Title IX of the Education Amendments Act of 1972 is a federal law that states, no person in the United States shall, on the basis of sex, be excluded from participation in, be denied the benefits of, or be subjected to the discrimination under any educational program or activity receiving federal financial assistance. Sexual harassment is discrimination. Sexual harassment violates the law. Discrimination against anyone because of LGBTQ+ status, gender, perceived gender, gender identity, gender expression, actual or perceived sexual orientation, or association with a person or group with one or more of these actual or perceived characteristics. Sexual harassment is prohibited by the Kern High School District. These are behaviors that would be considered behavior that is sexual harassment in the bulleted list below.
Sexual harassment is not allowed. No student should endure sexual harassment under any circumstance. It is not your fault if you are sexually harassed. Any student who believes that he, she, they have been subjected to sexual harassment by anyone or has witnessed someone else being sexually harassed is strongly encouraged to report the incident to his, her, their teacher, the principal, or any other available school employee. All school employees are required to notify the principal or district compliance officer within one school day of receiving the report of sexual harassment. All sexual harassment reports will be investigated and prompt action will be taken to stop any harassment, prevent further harassment, and address any continuing effect on students. All complaints and allegations of sexual harassment shall be kept confidential except as necessary to carry out the investigation or take other subsequent necessary action. Student safety and welfare is the Kern High School District's primary concern. Sexual harassment is not allowed. The annual notice is mailed home with the important information about district policies. The annual notice includes the district's sexual harassment policies and how to report instances of harassment. You can also find the annual notice online at www.kernhigh.org. Additional information about sexual harassment can be found on the Kern High School District website at www.kernhigh.org.
Child abuse and neglect. Child abuse can be any of the following below bullet. A physical injury inflicted on a child or another person other than by accidental means. The sexual abuse, assault, or exploitation of a child. The negligent treatment or maltreatment of a child by a person responsible for the child's welfare under circumstances indicating harm or threatened harm to the child's health or welfare. This is whether the harm or threatened harm is from acts or omissions on the part of the responsible person. The willful harming or endangerment of the person or health of a child, any cruel or inhumane corporal punishment, or any injury resulting in a traumatic condition. If you believe that you are being abused by an adult, report to any school employee. All school employees are required by law to report all known or suspected cases of child abuse or neglect to law enforcement or child protective services.
And reporting harassment, bullying, and abuse. This is that part as we finish up and conclude. It's one of those that if you see it, hear it, say something. To you, to a school employee, a principal, a dean, a counselor, a teacher, a coach, a staff member you trust. Report to your parents or other trusted family members, or directly to the Kern High School District Title IX coordinator. Even if a separate rule is being violated, and even if you may have other questions, please understand there's several ways to report with full confidentiality with a team that comes together to make sure that you're being taken care of and supported. And finally, if in some case, somewhere, you feel that you don't feel that the school is responding with following up or maybe attending to that detail that you've requested, there are other avenues you can go through and call outside of the regular school site. With that, generals, thank you. I know this is not one of those fun topics to discuss, but it's important to us that you know your rights and you know that we've got the Shafter family together and we're here to help. And so I know this was a lot of information, but again, if you have anything there, anything you question, you wonder, you're wondering, whatever that may be, reach out, let us know. We've got a great Pride team and intervention team, from our teachers to our coaches to our entire Shafter family. We're always here to help you. So with that, always remember and let us know. Thank you.
Thank you, Shipley. Breakfast will be served at 7:20 and ends at 7:58. Snacks are available from 2:57 to 3:27.
Students, if you need a school ID card, stop by the Career Center before and after school or during lunch to pick that up.
The Marines will be on campus Tuesdays and Thursdays during lunch, and the Navy will be on campus on Thursdays.
Kern County College Night is Monday, September 13th from 4 to 7. This event is virtual. See your teacher for the link or check the link in the description of this video. That will be live on the day of the event.
If you work during the summer and plan to continue working the same job, you must apply for another work permit. The summer work permits ended on August 17th, and it will take 2 weeks to process the application.
Students, we have lots of scholarship opportunities available.
Lots.
Let's take a look at those.
So right now, we have the Veterans of Forge and War has 2 scholarship opportunities. This scholarship is for any student. If you are interested, stop by the Career Center.
The Youth Awareness is offering a scholarship opportunity to all high school students. The deadline is October 1st, so make sure to apply for that.
Seniors, this is free money that you are missing out on, so make sure you go apply for those. And sophomores and juniors and seniors, it is time to apply for CSF. This looks great on college applications, so keep in mind that you must apply every semester. See your counselor for the application and your transcript.
Juniors and seniors, the Virtual Latino College Expo is Saturday, September 18th from 12 to 3 p.m. Thousands of dollars will be given away in scholarships, so if you're interested, stop by the Career Center.
Stop by the Career Center
Don't
for
be shy.
free money.
Yes.
Okay. Addresses and phone numbers change. The parents must review and make changes and sign the second page on the student profile they received on the first day of school inside the yellow envelope where their schedule was in. No changes will be made without a student profile signed by a parent or guardian.
Attention all generals. Tutoring will start again on Wednesday, September 15th in the library from 3 to 7 p.m. It will be hosted by our own teachers, so make sure to feel free to stop by for any reason and don't be shy.
Let's send it over to Daniel with the weather.
Good morning, all of Shafter High. My name is Daniel, and I'm your weatherman for today. And I have your forecast for this weekend, starting off with tomorrow. It's going to be a low of 63 and a high of 95. And on Sunday, we will have a low of 64 and a high of 76. So as always, it's still hot. It's going to be a hot weekend, so make sure you dress accordingly and hydrate. Sending it back to the main show.
Daniel for that wonderful weather. So seniors, the representative from San Joaquin Valley College will be having a virtual presentation on Thursday, September 23rd. She will share information about the majors available for SJVC. Sign up in the Career Center.
CalSO President Naomi Saucedo will be on campus Tuesdays and Thursdays from 7:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. and on Wednesdays from 8:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. to help students who plan to attend college in the fall. Sign up in the Career Center if interested.
Now let's take it over to sports with Malia.
Good morning, Shafter High. Last night's varsity football game got postponed due to lightning. Let's take a look at the video. The game should be held October 15th at Emmanuel, so mark your calendars. It's going to be a good one. On the other hand, JV did take a fat dub, 52-7. Way to go, boys. Volleyball. Unfortunately, all teams lost yesterday, but we had some pretty good stats. Frenchie Reese had 7 kills, Maddie Taves had 4 kills, and Haley had 5 aces. Varsity, you have a chance to redeem yourselves because there is a Highland tournament hosted at North today. You will be dismissed out of class at 1. Good luck, ladies. Girls basketball training starts Monday. Make sure you have all your physical and paperwork done. Contact Coach Pennell for more info. The girls' tennis match has been postponed to Monday, so be ready. Now back to the main show for some upcoming events.
Thank you, Malia. I'm pretty sad I wasn't able to look at that cool video
Yeah.
of the thunder. Can we go ahead and play it, please? That video was pretty cool.
Such a cool video.
All right, for the upcoming events, September 13th is the KC College Night. The September 13th to 17th is the Suicide Prevention.
September 15th is Club Rush Day, and September 18th is the Virtual Latino College Expo.
Now, tell us what we're having for lunch today.
For lunch, we are having a teriyaki bowl. So if you like that, make sure to go and get a teriyaki bowl for lunch.
Teriyaki bowls, who doesn't love that? And on that note, Generals, have a great day and tune in tomorrow for another great episode of HQTV.
Shafter High School's news source.